Universities cannot prepare these students for work readiness.
In 2019, European Union and the private sector conducted a series of studies. And from those studies, it was very clear that, one, Uganda has a high unemployment rate. And private sector in particular had specific skills needs or sets. And the qualified young Ugandans coming from institutions of learning would not match up.
We found out of the study that there were areas that were not being covered within the curriculum of the university, or they were just touch-based. Areas like personal development skills, interpersonal skills, professionalism, digital ethos. They do entrepreneurship at the school. But here we didn't look at that, we looked at the entrepreneurship mindset. Then out of that, we concluded that these are the areas that should be focused upon.
So for us to address that dilemma, we decided to start the Graduates into Employment program, which would help a young person be introduced to the work world and be equipped with the necessary skills, practical skills, hands-on skills they need so that when they go out there, an employer finds them suitable for the position they've applied for.
You know, most of us, after campus, you normally want to apply for something that is showing you 5 years of work experience, but then you've not even done anything.
We started to think about developing the curriculum for work readiness, how to prepare the graduates for the employers, how to prepare the graduates to find jobs.
Prior or before the program, so I used to be a good person in coding, developing websites and systems. If I'm tasked to develop system A, I'm supposed to develop that system and nothing else I could touch. I think I got that skill of diversifying my area. If I am appointed to help people about maybe a breakdown of a system, then it doesn't remove anything from me if I found the office is dirty and I sweep the office. Then interpersonal skills, how I relate with other people at the place of work, even at home.
Every training cohort that we handled provided us with the insights which helped us to improve the next training cohort that we handled. We were able to do assessment of these participants so that by the time we were giving them certificates, we were already sure of the level of retention, but also we had worked with them to come up with an action plan that going back to wherever they were going, they would be tasked to implement.
You know, currently in Uganda, we don't have schools that teach experience. Experience is learned and then earned. So if you've learned experience, you've gained the experience, now you can be job worthy. And in 6 months' time, what we expect from the graduate, we expect the graduate to have gained experience. And this we tell them more of. It's more of marketing yourself.
Via this series of the trainings I got to know that, at times you need to be flexible.
Being flexible is what people are looking up to. You may be having that special skill, but then if you fail to adapt to also what comes with that skill that you're having, then at the end of the day, you're losing it all.
I came with a fixed mind. Then when I was taught by my mentors and coaches, I was taught a skill called an open mind and a growth mind skill. I have been equipped with a lot of skills, both soft skills and the practical skills. The soft skills we have the problem solving, management skills, empathy, critical thinking, financial literacy, to mention but a few.
Before the work readiness program, I was very much rigid. Yeah, if the employer tells me that you come here at 8, that's the time I'll come. If there is any other exception and he wants me to come at 5, then that will be a quarrel.
But the employee does not know the backgrounds that will come from. So through such trainings, they hope to shape you into a background that helps you to work well with the people, the new people you're meeting up. And if it's your first time to work with individuals, then you know how best to deal with them, you know how best you can live with them, and you know how best you can work with them.
When they came in here, the first thing I told them, no, you guys, all of us were educated. Put your degrees aside. This is practical. There were more of theory. Actually, when you look at the day one, some came with ties and shoots. But like, please, you have to forget your degrees. Here we're coming for practical work.
The most standout of this is if you look at effective communication. How do I communicate with my colleagues? How do I communicate with my administrative heads? How do I communicate with anybody or everyone around me? You find that it has really so much impacted me when it comes to communication. Then also teamwork, like we've been really able to build one of the strongest teams, even within the shortest period of time that I've been here.
Well, Joseph was very well prepared, I must say. I believe, to a certain extent, grateful to the fact that he received prior training in soft skills from PSFU. He exhibited very good work ethic and communication skills, which made it very easy for him to become an integral part of the team.
As a graduate, I had a lot of theory. I was looking at where can I execute my theory into the practicability. And I am saying that Aqua International has allowed me at least to really feel what I studied at the university and see it work on the ground. Because after sizing for an irrigation system, you're allowed to get on the ground and do these installations. And when you come back, you're different from how you came after sizing the system. So you know the design, you know how to install, and this is the professional we are talking about.
In school, we get knowledge, but knowledge is not sufficient to transfer solutions, to sell, and also to be able to solve problems for our customers. For starters, your customer must be your friend, to believe in you. He was trained, first of all, to become a people person. I believe he has been trained how to handle personal relationships, also technically, how to solve problems technically.
The private sector is expected, of course, to create jobs to the tune of about 800,000 jobs per year, because that's roughly the current number of graduates that are ready for the job market. But still, the private sector does not create that number of jobs because of the informalities. We were dealing with issues of the private sector development and growth, to be able to create the right jobs to absorb the qualified Ugandans that were coming from tertiary institutions.
The program should continue. It has showed us that fresh graduates are capable of developing companies. It has showed us that there are jobs in Uganda, only that people lack knowledge about where those jobs are. So I would say thank you, Enabel. We learned a lot from the 6 months, and it has given us a platform